All right, everyone, welcome on in to Pilates. This is Pilates 3. So lots of focus on abdominals, on glutes. So we're going to start off down, come up to some plank-based work, some balance work. So lots of options as well. So do remember, Pilates, just work at your own pace, your own level. Do adapt and modify as you need. So we're going to start off down on our backs. So come on down when you're ready and find your way down to a supine position. Bringing the soles of the feet together. Letting the shoulders relax down. Really deep, full breaths in. And out. So just taking a few moments here. Really deep inhales and exhales. Deep breaths into the lower belly, into the back body, into the side body. And exhale, feeling the shoulders release, the eyes close, the jaw relax. Deep breaths in. And really deep, full inhales. Exhales. So slow, steady breaths, feeling that breath in the side body, in the back body. Just taking a few moments to chill out, reset. Taking one more really deep breath in. And then from there, when you're ready, squeeze in with the knees, give yourself a little squeeze, a little rock and roll. And then from there, we're just going to rock and roll straight up and over and find our way to a table pose. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, thinking about spreading the fingers out wide, engaging the core, thinking about finding a lovely strength through the back body. And when you're ready, we're just going to tuck the toes, pop up into a plank. So think about hands underneath the shoulders, squeezing in the abdominals. Press as hard as you can with the hands into the mat. Lift the quads up, glutes up. Perfect. Just pressing there, holding there for 3. Inhale. Exhale, 2. One more breath in. And from there, starting to pike the hips. Walk the hands back towards the feet, finding your way into a floppy forward fold, bending the knees if you need to, and then walking the hands forwards again. We're just taking our little plank walk out. So moving from a plank all the way back to a floppy forward fold, thinking about trying to keep the core engaged, pressing the hands hard into mat, try not to wiggle the hips from side to side. So just working here, remember you can move the hands as far forwards as feels good. It could just be a little way. It could be that if you're feeling stronger, you want to take the hands all the way forwards into an extended plank, really hard for the abs. Make sure if you're doing so, you've got the core engaged. You don't want any strain at all in the lower back. So just moving forwards and backwards, trying to make it slow and controlled, maybe coming all the way into an extended plank if that feels good for you. Working here for 5, so we're just aiming to build some heat in the body here. We're starting to warm up the hamstrings, thinking about building strength in the arms and the shoulders. 4, well done. It's a little plank-based sequence to start off with today. 3, well done. 2, awesome stuff. Making one more little walk forwards. And from there, dropping down to the knees, finding your way to table pose. So we're going to move into the glutes there. So hands underneath the shoulders, strong through the core. Left leg is going to extend. And then we're going to take the left knee behind right. The left leg re-extends, and we're taking squeezing knee to nose. So we're thinking about working through a lovely range of motion of the glutes. So squeezing the left glute to lift. So we cross, we're getting some work into outer leg. Inhale, squeeze and lift. Exhale, knee to nose, driving in. So thinking about pressing really hard with the hands on the mat, squeeze, cross, squeeze and drive knee to nose really strong through the core. Try to keep the rest of the body really stable, so try not to wiggle the hips from side to side. If this is too much, you can just take knee to nose drives. It's just again working at your level. So squeezing in the core, making sure you're pressing hands hard into mat, making sure you're not swinging the leg, but you're squeezing, crossing, squeezing and returning. Nice work. Working here for 5. Deep breaths in and out. Focus on that power. 4. Be strong through the glutes. 3. So moving with control. 2. And 1. Place the left foot outside the left hand there. Slide the right foot back and we're just going to stretch into the inside of the leg. So just letting the hips fall forwards, the shoulders move back. Take a deep breath in. And out, shoulders back, reaching forward to the heart. Inhale. Exhale. Perfect. 1 more breath in. And from there, moving the weight back. And we'll just take that little movement on the other side. So fingers spread out wide, core engaged, right foot engages, lift. We're going to cross right knee behind left. Lift that right foot back up and then squeeze knee to nose. So moving with control, pressing really hard with the hands onto the mat. Right knee behind left. Extend and drive knee to nose. As much as you can, trying to avoid wiggling from side to side. Thinking about power in the glutes. Thinking about strength there. Perfect. Really strong, squeezy, controlled movements. Deep breaths in and out there. So remember, you can take it just to a knee drive if you need to. This is Pilates, so really focus on muscular engagement. What makes Pilates effective as a movement style is that we focus on that squeeze, on that power. Pressing hands really hard into mat, making sure we've got that stability through the spine, making sure the core is engaged. So working into the glutes, the outer glutes, back into the glutes, and then squeezing knee to nose, working into the abs. Working here for 5, so moving with control. 4, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 3, well done. 2, and 1. Finish off that set. And from there, take your right foot out. So we're into that opening through the hips, that lizard pose, just letting the hips fall forward, stretching forwards. Lovely opening through the hips. Deep breaths in. And out, shoulders relaxing, well done. Working here for 3. Inhale. Exhale. 2. 1 more breath in. And gently moving that right knee back, tucking the toes. And from there, we're going to walk the hands back towards the feet, finding our way into a floppy forward fold. Maybe have a little pedal out, a little shake out there, letting the head and the shoulders release and relax. The back body become more spacious, taking a deep inhale. Exhale. From there, engage the core, roll on up, all the way up to standing. Perfect. And we're just going to move into some nice and easy squats here. So feet are facing forwards, shoulders down the back, core is engaged. Hands out in front of you, draw the shoulders back, inhale. And exhale, send the hips down low. Make sure the knees are stacking over the ankles, the core is engaged, the spine is long, the shoulders are moving back. Inhale. Exhale, holding there for 5. So squeeze the core. We're aiming to power into the legs. So imagine you're really firming up the insides of the thighs here. 4. Well done. Shoulders back. 3. Strong abs. 2. And 1. Squeeze, power on up. Prepare. Inhale. And exhale. Send your hips down low once again. Shoulders back. Really strong, really powerful. 5. Deep inhales. Exhales. 4. Send it down low. Well done. 3. 2. Make sure the knees aren't moving forwards, but the hips are moving back. 1. 1 more time. Inhale to lift. And exhale, strong through the core, send the hips out behind you. Knees are stacking over the ankles, the hips are moving backwards, the core is engaged, the shoulders are moving back. Really want to feel power through the abdominals here, strength through the legs. Inhaling, exhaling, sink it down, working here. 5, deep breaths in. And out. 4, squeeze the core, draw the shoulders back. 3, 2, and 1. Powerful lift, release the shoulders. From there, chin to chest, roll on down. Walking the hands out in front of you and finding your way back to a plank position. Hands underneath the shoulders. From there, we're going to just take a rotating side plank. So we're going to roll to one side, squeeze the core, return back through center. So the idea here is we're rolling, pressing the hips high, reaching up, stretching up, and then strong through the core, returning back. thinking about squeezing to lift, press the hips high, and then carefully returning back down using the abdominals. If this is too much, just feel free to take a side plank from kneeling, carefully return through center, and take a side plank from kneeling, or challenging the balance. So the idea here is we're pressing really hard with the hands into the mat. We're squeezing, opening out with control. So finding that lovely stretch through the chest, and then strong through the core. Make that return back through center as slow as you can. Pressing the hips up high. Well done. So starting to, again, build strength in the core, in the arms. Make sure that grounded hand stays really strong. Working here for 5. Well done. Really squeeze and lift. 4. Nice stuff. So really slow it down. 3. So pressing the hips high. 2. And 1. Release. Come back to center. From there, we're going to walk the feet towards the hands. Little floppy forward fold. Little stretch. Little wiggle. Head and shoulders release. Take a moment. Take a deep breath in. And from there, bend the knees. Roll on up. And coming all the way up, standing. All right, we're going to move back into the lower body here. So we're going to start off with hands out in front of us here, strong through the core, send the hips low, squatting down, making sure that we're moving the weight backwards, the core is engaged, the knees are over ankles, shoulders back. From there, we're going to step back to a lunge. Drop the knee down low, squeeze it back up, step forward. So we're aiming to stay low here. We're stepping back, keeping the hips steering towards the front side of the mat. Drop it down, squeeze the glutes to power up. It's coming back again. So the idea here is that when we come down, we want to make sure that this knee stays over the ankle. So if you're finding that that isn't happening, step further back and sink down low, squeeze. If you find that this is getting too much, you can miss out that knee drop, you can just step back, or you can also just come up to standing, step back to a lunge, step forwards, step back to a lunge. So that's your modification there. With this lunge, make sure the feet are fairly wide apart to give yourself stability. Really focus on stabilizing. If you can, we're staying low. The aim here is to really fire up the quads, the glutes. These are really important muscles to strengthen both for knee health and of course for lumbar spine health. Getting some nice work for balance as well here as we try and stay low with that bent front leg. Perfect. It's really strong through the abs. Finding that power. Amazing stuff. Working here for 5. So really squeeze to lift. Stay down low. 4. So powerful movements. 3. Almost there. So sink down low. Power on up. 2. Make sure you're even. Make sure you keep that strength. And 1. Well done. Come up to standing. From there, chin to chest, roll on down. Plant the hands. Walk the hands and feet apart. And from there, we're going to take a little Spider-Man exercise in our plank. So we're going to take the knee around to opposite elbow, squeezing in the core, getting an external rotation through the hips. If you need to take this down to kneeling, feel free. Keep the core engaged. We're just going to take a knee around to elbow, picking up the knee, taking it around to the elbow. Option to work there or up in plank. Remembering the aim here is to keep the body really stable. So whether you're in table or plank, we're pressing really hard with the hands into the mat. The core is engaged. We're finding an external rotation through the hips. Deep breaths in. And out. Try not to pike the hips if you're up in plank. Working here. Moving with control, with power. Really squeeze the core. Squeeze the glutes. Well done. 1 long line from hips to shoulders. Nice work. So we're aiming to build strength in the upper body here. Work a little bit of into the outer glutes. Deep breaths in and out. Loads of work for the core here for 5. Well done. 4. Really strong movements. 3. 2. 1 more. And walk the hands back towards the feet there. So finding your way into a floppy fold, little shake, little wiggle. Letting the head relax, the shoulders relax, the weight move into the toes. Deep breath in. And from there, roll on up, all the way up to standing. Perfect, shoulders down at the top. All right, nice stuff. We're going to move into a little bit of balance work here. So we're going to move the weight into the right foot. The shoulders are back. Engage the muscles of that standing leg, that right quad. Left knee is going to lift. So we're thinking about drawing the shoulders back. Left knee lifts. Inhale. And exhale, seesaw into a warrior 3. So we're lengthening out with that left foot, finding a T-shaped balance. Strong core. We're then going to move up. Left knee rises. And take a twist. Right hand to left knee. Left hand comes out behind you. So then we're just going to move back into that warrior 3. Slowly stretching forwards and then come back up and into that twist. So we're moving from this standing T-shaped balance into the twist. So the aim here is we're using the core, we're lengthening out, we're making sure the standing leg is stable. We're getting a lovely mobilization as we open out, as we twist, and then as we come back through center. Well done. So slow, controlled movements, thinking about engaging the quad, extend, and float. Nice work. Working here for 5. So twisting around, strong, controlled, squeezy movements. 4. Nice stuff. 3. Drive that knee up with control. 2. Almost there. And 1. Nice work. Give yourself a little shake out. When you're ready, take that on the other side. So extending up with the toes, strong core. Right knee lift. So once again, remember, we're using the core to find that balance. Try not to lean backwards. Engage the quad of that standing leg, hands to heart center. Inhale. And exhale, stretching out, reaching out. Inhale, lifting up with control. And then taking your twist. Left hand to right knee, right hand behind you. Stretching out and opening out. So we're thinking about, try not to fall over. So just seesaw as far as you can. So thinking about just coming down as far as you can. Don't worry about bringing the body all the way parallel to the floor. We're thinking about moving slowly, twisting at the waist, opening through the front side of the chest, and then carefully seesawing back. Nice job. So grounding down, big toe, little toe, heel. So you might find, as with me, there's always one side that feels a little bit more challenged on the balance. That can be due to loads of factors: flexibility, strength. Often we have a tendency to have one dominant side. So it's really important just to check in there if you can. Just feeling into where your body is in balance, where it isn't, and seeing if you can start to work on strengthening that weaker side. Working here for another 3. Well done. Squeeze. Remember, engage the glutes as you lift that back leg up. 2. And 1. Well done. From there, roll on down. And walk the hands and feet away from each other, finding your way into a forearm plank. So we're coming down to the forearms now. Elbows are grounded. From there, we are going to take a lower of the hips from one side to the other. If you need to just drop down to the forearm, to the knees, feel free. If you can, we're squeezing, lifting up and over. So really focus on power, on strength. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze to lift and lower the legs to the side. Elbows pressing hard into the mat. Lifting up and over. Working here for 5. Well done. Really strong, powerful movements. 4. 3. Working to the side body. 2. And 1. Drop down. Find your way into a little Sphinx pose. A little back bend here. Thinking about just letting the chest reach forwards. The lower body relax. Inhale. Exhale. So really lift, lift, lift. Shoulders back. Taking 1 more breath in. And perfect. Hands under shoulders there. Press hips to heels. Stretching back and finding your way into a little child's pose. So letting the hips come down towards the heels. Maybe giving the hips a little shake out from side to side. Lengthening through the side body. Inhaling. Exhaling. Shoulders drawing down the back. Working here for 3. Inhale. Exhale. 2. So just focusing on that sense of the tailbone, dropping the spine, extending 1 more breath in. And Perfect. From there, we're going to take chin to chest, roll on up, and send both legs out in front of us. So moving to a little seated section here. So starting off, finding the sit bones down, thinking about lifting up with the chest, planting the hands behind us, fingertips are facing forwards. We're going to squeeze the glutes to press on up and then slowly lower down. So we're thinking about working into a reverse table, squeezing, pressing on up, squeezing the glutes, slow return of the hips back down. So thinking about stretching out through the chest, powering into the back body here. Option to stay here. Option, if you're feeling it, we're going to add in a reverse L sit. So we're going to press on up. We're then going to drag the hips through, squeeze the core, reverse L sit. And then we're going to press on up, squeeze on up. So what you want to do here is use the core to really slow down that transition. We're using the abdominals to keep the hips lifted off the mat. Perfect. Squeeze and power on up. Slow, 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 lower back down. Nice work. So if you just need to return to that reverse table press, feel free. If you we're just making this as slow as we can. Really feeling that power. Press the hands as hard as you can in to the mat. And we're finding that lift. So when you come on up, the back body fires. When you come on down, the front side of the body fires. Working here for 5. So squeeze and lift. Slow, lower, 4. Well done, 3. 2 and 1. Well done, release. Send both legs out in front of you, double leg forward fold. So finding a soft bend through the knees, inhale, reaching up, angling the body forward, and start to just enjoy that lovely stretch through the backs of the legs. Inhaling and exhaling. Well done. So we're stretching forward, shoulders relaxing, inhaling, moving the lower rib cage towards the tops of the knees and then shuffling back. Well done. So we're aiming here just to open out space, find space in the hamstrings and the lower back. Loads of work going on here for the backs of the body. So we're just aiming to stretch out deep. Inhale. Exhale for 3. Full breath in. And out 2. 1 more deep breath in. And awesome stuff. Roll on up there. Find the sit bones and we're finding our way into a teaser pose. So squeezing in the core, drawing the shoulders back, maybe releasing out with one hand, maybe with the other. Really lift and extend. Heart reaches forward, shoulders move down the back. Deep breath in. And out. Great stuff. Working here. 5. Inhale, lift, lift, lift. Shoulders back. 4. Thinking about finding that balance. If you need to hold hands behind the back of the legs or down the back on the mat, feel free. 3, 2, and 1. Plant the hands, plant the feet, press the hips up high, squeeze the glutes, coming to reverse table, and then if you can, reverse plank, pressing the hips up high, pointing the toes, drawing the shoulder blades together, stretching the chest up, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the core, squeeze the glutes, send the hips high. Nice job. Working here. 3, inhale. Exhale, 2 and 1. Drop the sit bones down and we're finding our way back into a teaser, thinking about squeezing in the core, reaching up there. From there we are going to extend the hands to the sky. Inhale and exhale, twist, drawing the right elbow over to the left thigh. Inhale, lift, and exhale, twist. So we're aiming to twist through the spine, working a little Russian twist. If that's too much, we can plant both feet. Inhale and exhale, twist there, squeezing in the core, keeping the knees stable. Inhale and exhale, twist. So working into the obliques. If we can, we're up in this seat balance. Inhale and exhale, squeeze. Make sure you're not sinking through the lower back. You've got the core engaged. We're working slowly using the breath. Inhale and exhale, squeeze. We're working on balance, on strength. Inhale, reach, reach, reach. Exhale, squeeze, twisting around. Perfect, looking good. Working here. 5, inhale. And exhale, twisting around. 4. With the power up, reach up. 3. So use the breath. Inhale, rise. Exhale, twist. 2. Almost there. Getting some loads of work for the quads as well. Inhale. And exhale, twist. Release down there. Left foot extends, right foot comes into the left inner thigh. Inhale, reaching up, angling the body over the left leg and folding forwards, flexing that left foot, engaging the left quad, from the left hip backwards, inhaling. And exhale, relax forward, stretch forward, shoulders are releasing down the back. Inhale. Exhale, nice work. Working here for 3. A deep breath in. And out 2. One more breath in. And coming back up there. And just swapping over. Right foot out, left foot in. Inhale, reach up, angle forwards. And enjoy that lovely stretch into the back of the right leg. So we're just aiming once again to find space. Inhaling. And exhaling here. Shoulders relaxing, stretching long for 3. Inhale. Exhale, 2. So open it through the hamstrings, through the spine, through the hips. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Coming on up there, find your way back into a teaser pose. So squeezing in the core, lifting up with the hips. And this time we rotated at the waist. This time we're going to rotate from the legs. So start off with the hands behind you, squeeze the core. We can just tap the toes from side to side, really squeeze in the core. Thinking about that corkscrew movement from the waist. If you want to make it harder, we can extend the legs. Or of course, if you can, we could bring the hands to heart center, neither with bent or straight legs, move up and over. So just focus on squeezing in the core, focus on stability, the chest staying upright. We want to find that rotation, so we're really squeezing the abs to lift the legs. So this movement comes from the abdominals rather than from the legs. Perfect. Shoulders back, chest forwards, working here. 5. Real nice and juicy. 4, really lift up and over. 3. Perfect. 2 and 1. Whew. Give yourself a little shake out. From there, we're just going to bring the soles of the feet together and find our way into a little bit of a hip opener. So shimmying back onto the sit bones. Inhale, moving the body weight forward. So we're going to lift, inhale, lift, move forwards with the body weight, and then stretch downwards. And we just find this lovely stretch down the inside of the legs. Lengthening out through the spine as well. Inhale. And exhale, stretching out, working here. Deep breaths in. And well done, working here for 3. So just aiming to lengthen, find space in the hips. 2. 1 more, inhale. Exhale. And roll on up there. All right, 1 more reverse plank-based exercise. Planting the hands, planting the feet. Press the hips up high, squeeze the glutes, and we're going to take a reverse marching table. So we're squeezing the glutes, sending the hips high, marching knee into chest, knee into chest. If you'd like to make it harder, we can take the same reverse climb up from a plank. Think about squeezing the core, sending the knee into chest. Shoulder blades are squeezing together. Awesome stuff. So quite a fiery one. Remember, we're strengthening the back body here. So squeeze the glutes, press the hips up high. Focus on that power. Focus on the shoulder blades squeezing together. Nice stuff. So really strong squeezy movements. Drive knee into chest. Open up through the chest, stretching out through the front side of the body. Working here for 5. So moving with control, lifting up. Remember, you can work from table if you need to. 4, 3, 2, 1 more little lift and squeeze, and release the hips down there. Well done. From there, we're going to plant the feet and roll all the way down to lower down onto our back. And we're going to give ourselves a little squeeze, a little hug in there. From there, knees over hips, lower back on the floor, shoulders are relaxed. Back of the neck is long, and we're just going to work nice and easy into double toe taps, firing up the abdominals for this final little section of class. So making sure the lower back stays on the floor. So remember in Pilates, whenever the legs are off the floor, we want the lower back on the floor. So slow tap down, and then really strong squeezy movement back up. Moving with as much control as you can. Really focusing on that power. If you'd like to make it harder, we're going to take the fingertips, temples. We're going to take elbows to thighs, squeezing in the core, moving the head and the toes away from each other, and then squeezing movements, power back up. So again, we're moving with as much control as you can. We're thinking about squeezing to lift. Slow, controlled, lower. So chin to chest, squeezy, squeezy, squeezy. Moving the lower ribcage to the top of the hips, holding there if you can. And lowering down, making sure the head and the toes come down, but the lower back also is grounded. If you need to just work the double toe tap, squeeze without that crunch, rock on. All of these movements, you'll get all of the intensity by making it slow. So as slow as you can, squeezy movements, really feeling into that power, into that strength you have available to you through the muscles of the core, making sure you've got chin to chest, protecting the lower back. Working here for 5. So moving with control. 4. Well done. You squeeze and lift. 3. Almost there. 2. And 1. Give yourself a little squeeze, a little rock and roll. And then from there, knees over hips, hands behind the back of the head. Inhale. Exhale. We're just going to take a little twist, opposite elbow to knee. Squeeze the core, come back through center. Inhale. And exhale, twist. So squeezing in the abdominals, making sure this rotation comes from the waist. We're keeping both hips grounded, elbows wide. Inhale. And exhale, twist. If you need to modify, we're taking both feet down. We're going to take opposite elbow to knee, squeeze and crunch. Slow lower, inhale, and exhale, squeeze and crunch. Making it harder, the legs come up to the sky, extend, inhale, and exhale, squeeze. We're taking a longer lever length, using the abdominals, keep that lower back grounded, really fiery squeeze of the abs, inhale, and exhale here, perfect. So focus on that strength, inhaling, exhaling, strong, 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 great stuff. Working here for 10, inhale. Exhale, we're working into the lower abdominals, into the obliques. 9. So really focus on that squeeze up power. 8. 7. Deep breaths in. And out. 6. Awesome stuff. 5. 4. Really feel that squeeze. 3. 2. And 1. Nice work. Those abs should feel nice and fiery. Let's add in some extra work. So pelvic rolls or reverse curls. Heels are into the bum, palms face down at the side. Squeeze the glutes to lift. Slow, controlled lower. So we're aiming to contract the lower abdominals. That brings the lower the hips up to the rib cage. Slow lower back down again. If you want to make it harder, legs in the air, squeeze. You can come all the way up if that's available to you. Very slow lower down, making sure that you're not swinging your way up, you're squeezing your way up. You could pause at any time. If you are coming up high onto the shoulders, make sure you keep looking at your own toes. It's super important to protect your neck here, so please, if there's any weight coming through the shoulders, make sure you keep looking up at the sky. So option is just to take your pelvic rolls, or if you're feeling it, take those legs high, lift the hips off the mat, and coming up just as far as you can. Make sure you're choosing a level where you can lower down super slowly. So squeezy lift, really, really, really slow lower down. Loads of work there. We're creating the lever length, using the extension through the legs, and we're asking the abdominals to hold all of that weight. Well done, working here for 5. So squeeze to lift, slow lower, as slow as you can. 4, 3, almost there. 2, and 1. Plant the feet down, a little bit of bridge work to release those abs. Left ankle onto right knee, press the hips up high, squeeze the glutes, knee, ankle, hips in alignment. Slow, controlled release back down. All right, so we're powering up. We're taking a single leg bridge and squat, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Engage the core lower with as much control as you can. We're opening up through the hips. We're firing up the quads and the glutes, stretching out through the front side of the body, moving with control, with power. Squeezy movements. Slow release back down. Awesome stuff. Working here. 5. So really strong, powerful movements. Engage the core to lower. 4, 3, powerful lift, and lower. 2, and swapping over. Left ankle plants, left foot plants, so right ankle comes on. Squeeze and lift and power on up. Engage the core to lower. So we're opening out through the hips, knee, ankle, hips staying in alignment. Squeeze in the top. Engage lower. Perfect. Full breaths in and out. Making this a slow movement, powerful movement. Thinking about the muscles that are working, thinking about that fire. Just coming up as far as feels good. Having that really nice opening through the hip coming in there as well. Working here for 5. So squeeze, powering up glutes, lower body. 4, 3. Well done. 2. And 1. Unravel there. Take the hands to the knees, drawing some big sweeping circles with the knees, just mobilizing through the hips. And from there, legs in the air, lower back on the floor, shoulders are relaxed, taking a single leg lower and squeezing on up. A double leg lower, making sure the lower back stays on the floor. Or taking a double leg lower, holding at the bottom, squeeze, reach forwards there, lower back down, and slow lift back up. So singles, doubles, keeping the shoulders down, squeeze, maybe a little crunch, curl at the bottom of that movement, making sure you're holding with control. You only lower the legs as far as lower back stays on the floor, so if it's only a little way, feel free. If you want to take that little crunch, make sure you lower the shoulders back down before you move the legs, really making it slow, challenging yourself. So squeeze, curl and crunch. Slow return back down. We're getting loads of work there as we hold the body under tension. Getting right into the lower abdominals. Working here for another 3. Well done. Squeeze and crunch. 2. 1 more. And release. Well done. Give yourself a massive squeeze. And let's get into the lower abdominals and the obliques. So taking the palms out wide, knees over hips. Slow lower the legs to one side. Squeeze, lift back up through center. Slow lower the legs to the other side. So we're using the muscles of the abdominals. If you want to make it harder, we're going to extend the legs. Keep the shoulders down on the mat. Make it as slow as you can, as strong as you can, as you power up through center. Shoulders stay relaxing down to the mat. We're finding that fire as we lift up and over. Perfect. So really strong, squeezy, powerful movements. Shoulders stay relaxed. Nice work. So lifting up and over. Slow lower to the other side. Should feel like a lovely release through the spine. Working here for 5. So when lifting up and over, 4. Find that power, that squeeze, that lift. 3. 2. And 1. Come back through center. Nice job. Give yourself a little squeeze, a little stretch. And then back into a bridge-based exercise. Come up high on the hips up high. Feet are grounded. Squeeze the glutes, finding a bridge. And from there, we're going to extend one foot to the sky. Either hold or we're going to lower and squeeze, lift, stamp on the ceiling. So we're thinking about using the core to lower, squeeze, power and lift. If you need to, you can plant both feet down and we can take the same movement with 2 feet grounded. So we're aiming to really power into the glutes, into the quads. Engage the core as we lower down, lift and squeeze and up on the way up. So moving with control, with power for 5. So really burn out those quads, those glutes. 3. So squeeze, lift. 2. Almost there. And 1. Swapping over. Left foot grounds. Right, both feet ground, hips up high. Then we'll take the right foot into the sky. Remember, you can hold here. You can drop down to both legs. If you can, we're going to power and lift, squeeze, stamping on the ceiling. Really slow release down. Squeeze, you press back up. Moving with control. So think about that squeeze as you power on up, stretching out down the front side of the body, using the core to lower back down for 5. So squeeze, press on up. Make it as controlled as you can. 4. Well done. Lift, 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 lift. Squeeze. 3. 2. And 1. Well done. Give yourself a little squeeze. Maybe drawing some circles with the knees one way and the other way. And we'll take a quick little stretch. Left leg extends, hugging with the right knee. Left hand comes to the right knee moves across the body, moving right knee and right hand well away from each other, stretching out long And then relaxing down with that right shoulder, breathing into the outside of the right leg, inhaling. Exhaling for 3. Full breaths in and out. 2. And 1, swap over. Right leg extends, hug in with left and twist. Taking that beautiful twist on the other side, left arm extends, reaching out long, inhaling. Exhaling for 3. Big deep inhales, exhales 2. And 1, release, come through center. Both legs in the air, lower back on the floor, soft bend through the knees if you need to. We're going to take the hands up to the sky, chin to chest, squeeze and hold for the toes, static hold. So really strong through the abs, chin to chest, power, power, power through the abs, working there. 5, deep breaths in and out. 4, squeeze and hold. 3, 2, and 1, slow lower. Preparing to go again. When you're ready, chin to chest, squeeze, reach and hold. Working here for 10, 9, squeezy, squeeze movements. 8, hang on in there. 7, so static hold. Really feel those abs fire up. 6, 5, we got this. 4, really feel that power. 3, 2, 1. All right, come on down. We've got 1 more. We're going to take chin to chest. We're going to squeeze the abs and we're going to hold. We're going to be here for 15. So squeeze, make sure that lower abs are really fired up. The lower back is pressing to the floor. 14. Should feel really strong. If you need to bend the knees at any point, feel free. Chin to chest, protect the lower back. Squeezy, squeezy movements. 13. 12. So this is our final lower abs exercise. 11. So really feel that power. 10. Firing up the abs. You got this. Remember, final little push. 8. 7, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 6, 5, smile if you can, well done. 4, 3, you got this. 2, and 1. Woo, release it there. Woo, that's nice. All right, ground down with the feet. We're going to take a dynamic bridge to finish. Grounding down, big toe, little toe, heel, chin to rolling up, rippling up, letting the chest come towards the chin. Hands can float out over the head. Slow release down, so squeezing in the core. We're just aiming to roll and ripple through the spine. Inhaling, flowing up. Hands come over the head. Exhaling, slowly releasing down as slowly as you can, as much control as you can. Inhaling. Making sure the shoulders aren't hunching. Exhaling down, using the abdominals. Another 3. Deep breath in. Float and lift. 2. 1 more, inhale to ripple and roll and flow your way up. And exhale your way down. Give yourself a little squeeze there, a little stretch. And then when you're ready, interlocking the hands, kick out with the feet and take a really lovely, big, deep, full body yawn. Inhaling. Exhaling. 1 more breath. Inhale, reach and stretch and extend. Have a little wiggle, a little shake. Deep breath in. And just closing the eyes, relax down, take a deep breath in. And from there, start to walk the feet up towards the hips. Give yourself a little squeeze and rock your way up to seated. Final few little stretches here. Going to inhale, reach up tall. And exhale, take a twist. Right hand to left knee, left hand behind you. Grounding down with the sit bones. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twisting around, opening up through the shoulders. Take a deep breath in. And inhale, reach and lift and stretch. Exhale, easy twist. Left hand to right knee, right hand behind you. Deep, full breath in. And inhale, reach up tall. Interlock the hands, turn the palms up to the sky, lengthening out through the side body. Deep inhale, reach, 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 stretch up there. And exhale, take chin to chest, press the backs of the hands towards the front of the room, draw the shoulders down and apart, stretching out. Deep inhale. Exhale. Finally, stretch the chest forward, draw the shoulders down and apart, grounding down with the sit bones. Inhale. Exhale. interlocking the hands behind you, drawing the shoulder blades together, inhale, and exhale, take both interlocked hands over towards the left hip and drop the left ear down, drawing the right shoulder down and stretching out down the right side of the chest, of the neck for 3, inhale, exhale, 2, and 1, coming through center, interlocking the hands, taking them over to the right hip, inhale, and exhale, drop the right ear down, bring the left shoulder down, so we find that really beautiful extension down the left side of the neck, 3, inhale, exhale, 2, and 1, release there, give yourself a little shoulder shimmy, a little shake out, and when you're ready, inhale, reach up tall, exhale, hands back to heart center, taking a final deep breath in, and out. And have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you all so much for joining. Namaste. Well done.